Hello, in this video I'm going to quickly show you how to make a pie chart from the data that we just collected on our pollen samples from the soil in Excel, and I'll show you how easy that is. So let's get started. First thing you need to do is bring up your data from the last activity. So hopefully that data is stored on OneDrive. I have my data right here. And again, this is not the same data that you have. I made up these numbers, so do not think that is comparative to yours. It is not at all. Okay, once I have that data, I can go ahead and downsize it. And I'm going to go I'm going to go to Excel. So I go back to Clever and I pick Office 365. And from Office 365, I pick my Excel. And I'm going to open up a new page or a new book. And here it is right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split the screen. So I go up and I push on my square, and that gives me a split screen. And I bring up my other data. Now, if you're doing this in OneDrive, you may have to download it, or you may have to open up another browser page so you have the two side by side. Right? And again, the way you can open another browser page is you can just click on your browser, right click, and choose a new browser. All right, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and record this data. So I can start off and I'm just going to type in. So I want this to be roughly a little bit bigger, so I'm going to go up to between my A and B and just make this a little bit bigger. So I have that. And I go ahead and record my first sample, AMAR, Amaranth. And I can record the number right now too if I want, but I'm going to go ahead and type in the type of pollen that there was. Goldfields. Okay, so once I have my data, then I go ahead and just put in my numbers. So 3, 11, 10, 0, 6, 13, 5. Okay, and I don't need my totals. And then to create my chart, I highlight my data. And I go to Insert. And I want a pie chart. And I don't want the donuts, so I'm going to do this one. And it's done. Wow, see how fast and easy that was? That was so cool. So I want to give my chart a title, so I right click on this chart. If I just right click on it, doesn't seem to be working. And I want format. And under format, I want chart title. So I'm going to call this pollen data 24,000 years ago. And enter. And there I go. And that's it. Now if you want it to be more complex than this, like you'd have percentages in here, you would have to download the Excel onto your computer and open it up in your computer, and then you'll have more options. But the options for the browser is you have a pie chart, it has the fields, and you can kind of get it from there. So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. And now I'm going to make my next chart. So for my next chart, I'm just going to go ahead. So I highlight my data, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I push Control C, and I go down. I have to use 7 bars again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I push Control V. I have my names, and I go ahead and I fill in my next set of data, which might be 10. I'm just going to make up numbers real quick that add up to 50. Highlight my data. I push Insert. And I push Pie Chart. Boom. I have another pie chart, and I can enable that with the new name. And again, the name that this one would be, I think, pollen from 7,000 years ago. So I right click, format, title, boom. All right, So that's how you make your pie charts. Then what you would do is you can share that with me by going up to this button here and clicking share. And it should bring up a copy link, and you'll get that link and you'll post it into your Canvas page, and this should show up. Now this pie chart, might need it later, so it's going to be saved on Excel. So what you do is you come up here and you're going to click Save As. And you can give it a name, and I would recommend possibly Activity 3 or Assignment 3. Activity 3. And you're going to save it to another folder, and hopefully you have a folder in OneDrive, because this is going to open up your OneDrive and you will be able to save it there. If not, you can create one right here, and I would recommend Living Earth, and then inside of that a folder called Assignment 3, and you'll store it there, and then you'll have it just in case something happens. Alright, if you have any questions, please contact me and I will try to help.